What's up guys, it's Eric with the Modern Day Family Man. How you guys doing today? So in the past we've looked at a bunch of GPS units like the Trax, the Vectu, the Mini Finder, and a bunch of other ones. If you guys want to see a playlist of all those GPS units, go ahead and click right up here. You guys can see that. So today we're going to be looking at another GPS unit. This one particularly has 3G already built in, which is very nice. But not only that, but it also has Wi-Fi built in. And it's called the Yepzon Freedom. For those of you that haven't heard, AT&T recently shut down their 2G network, which only leaves T-Mobile's 2G network up and running. So if you do have a device that currently runs on 2G, unfortunately once T-Mobile decides to shut down that network, those devices will no longer work. You don't have to worry about that with the Yepzon Freedom because they have already upgraded it to a 3G network. I will be putting a pros and cons list of this device in the description down below, so definitely check that out. Alright guys, let's quickly do an unboxing. For full disclosure, they did send this product to me for free, but this will be an honest review. It has an SOS button, 3G Wi-Fi, and you can see it is designed from Finland, and it includes 1 month of service, which is around 5 megabytes. After that first month, you will need to purchase service, which is around $6 per month. It is a safety device for school-aged kids, adults, and active seniors. There are 3 different modes. There's locate with alarm button, or just alarm button by itself. You will need to download the app on the Apple App Store or on the Google Play Store. Bum 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 bum. Alright, here's the device. It's actually a little bit bigger than I thought it was going to be, but it's definitely not heavy, and I like how it does have a built-in keychain. Let's see what else is in the box. Alright, you have a micro USB wire and the USB adapter, and then you have some instructions. Okay guys, so here's the device. Let's go ahead and take a look at that. On the very front you see the SOS button, and then on the very bottom right here is your USB plug. You got the key ring on the top, which is nice, so you can put this onto a keys or put this onto like a purse or something like that. And then on back here, there's a couple little holes right there. This must be a speaker. We're gonna go ahead and charge this up, download the app, and see what we get into. You just want to search for the Yepsen app. Click install. Hit open, and there we go. Yepsen, love is wireless. You want to allow the location, accept the license agreement, sign away your life, add a Yepsen. So we're going to hit the plus button. We have the Yepzon Freedom, so we're going to click that. We'd like to access our camera, okay. We got to scan the QR code that came with it. And there we go. And then you can select the picture if you want to. You can select one from your gallery. We're just going to select a photo of myself. You can select whatever this is, if it's your car, your wife, your child, wherever you're tracking. You can definitely put a photo of that, and we're just going to say this is my car. Hit done. And now it's asking for an email address just in case it needs to reset your device. So we're going to put in the email address. So there's my device right there. Let's see if we go into it. Okay, this is the location. This shows you the map. I'm not going to be zooming in here for my privacy. You can hit this icon to the right to change the type of map that you're looking at. And for some reason at the bottom it says my Yepsen is powered off. I'm not quite sure why. We'll get into that. It shows power off, 5 minutes go, battery level 96%, data 99%. Alright, looking at some history. It showed the power went off at 9:09, which is about 5 minutes ago. It's 9:15 now. And now we're going to settings. So you can change the name like we did earlier. And here's your set connection intervals, which is really cool because a lot of these don't allow you to change this within the app, and this one does. When the device is moving, it's going to update every 5 minutes or whatever setting that you have in this. Understand the more often that it updates, the more data and more battery it's going to use. So if you're going to use it, if you're going to put it on every minute, it's not going to last that long. We'll be testing the battery level in the next coming weeks, and I will be putting a small little chart on my website. If you guys want to see the battery life chart, definitely click on the link down in the description below. And then the other option is when the device is sleeping. I guess that's when it's not moving. How often do you want it to be updating? And currently set for 6 hours. When it's moving, I'm going to change to like every minute, and when it's sleeping, I'm going to change to every 10 minutes. Understand that it is going to be using a lot of data and a lot of battery life. Alright, next option down is the manage access rights. Let's see what that is. I guess you can add additional users, which is very cool. Right now, the only device that can access this is my iPhone. The next option down is you enable SOS alert sound. This is actually the sound on the device itself. So when you do press this for SOS, do you want this to make a sound or not? In my thinking, I would say no, you don't want this to make a sound, but there might be a reason that you do. Because usually if it is like an emergency thing, you don't want people to know that you did set something off. Because it's going to draw too much attention. So in my opinion, I would keep that off. Next setting is the edit notifications, and here are your on and off buttons for different types of notifications. Next option down is where you purchase more data. Like I said earlier, you do have to have a service plan. They say, I believe each month it's about 5 megabytes, which costs about $5 or $6. And as you can see here, you can purchase more, and it shows you how much data you've used already. Next option down is to purchase roaming package. It says here, if you're going to be traveling out of the EU, United States, or Russia, you will need a roaming package. Let's go in here and see what we have to purchase. We have to set our destination. Say we're going to Brazil. This is really nice. It breaks down by country. Trip date. We're going to leave today. Duration. And here's the pricing. So depending on where you're going to be and for how long, here's some different pricing scenarios. Very cool that they have these options. I don't like that they charge you for other countries, but at least they have the option there available for you. Next option down is you can turn off the Yepsen. Very cool. If you want to remote turning it off. Very cool. And the last option is create restore link. I'm not quite sure what that is. Oh, that's what we did earlier. If you're having problems, I guess you want to reset something, you gotta put in an email address. So we've already done that. All right, let's check out the next tab. Here's some modes. Looks like here's the power saving mode, which we were in earlier, and it defaults to whatever intervals that we've set up earlier, which is number 2. So let's go to click number 1. It's the quick location mode, which shows the Yepsen is always ready to be located. Battery life is shorter than in power saving mode. So in this mode, the Yepsen is always on, always tracking, using its battery. So user beware, because it's probably going to go through the battery pretty quickly. I don't know exactly how often it updates or if it's real time. I think if it's around 30 seconds, I think it's officially called real time. There's not too many devices out there that update every single second. It's going to kill your battery. I don't think there's any out there that do that. The ones that I've seen are about 30-second intervals to be officially real time. Once again, I will leave a link below to a chart of different modes and testing of the battery that I'll be doing the next couple weeks. And then you have option 3 is just turning on the SOS button. So it's not going to track at all unless someone presses the SOS button. So let's go ahead and do that and see what happens. We're going to switch this to mode number 1, which is the quick locate mode. So it's always on, always running. Takes a minute or 2. Actually, it says about 3 minutes unless you plug it in. So let's go ahead and plug it in just so we can go ahead and switch that mode. All right, I plugged it in. Light turned blue. Let's see what happens here. Hopefully it changes in a second. All right, there we go. Let's go ahead and shut down the app. I keep it up and running in the background, and we're going to play around with the SOS button. All right, we shut down the app, but it's still running in the background, and we're going to go ahead and double tap the SOS button. And as you can see, boom, you get a nice little alert on your device saying that it's been activated. And if you go into it, you can see it's flashing and it's letting you know that someone pressed the SOS alert. And if you go into it, it will show you the map. I will be blocking this out for my privacy. And then once you're in there, you can acknowledge the SOS button, and it will turn back to blue or green once it communicates. So that's very cool. And hopefully it turns back. It does take a minute or two to, there it goes. Now it turns green and the SOS alert is over. So let's go ahead and switch modes. Modes number 2 is exactly the same, except for it's a power saving mode, just to help save battery. But mode number 3 is the SOS button only. So when this, I believe what happens is that this device actually powers down completely until someone double presses this. And then it turns back on and communicates its location. So let's go ahead and do that. We're going to switch the mode. It gives you a little warning. And it does take a minute or two to communicate. And I bet you in a second this light will turn off. Oh, there it goes. Alright, so as you can see, the light turned off. I'm going to turn off the app by keeping it running in the background. And we're going to double tap the device, or triple tap. There it goes. The device turned red. And let's see what happens. And there we go. You get a nice little alert, let you know that someone double pressed this. And once you go into it, it's going to give you the location. Once again, I'm blocking that out. You can acknowledge it. And what's nice is when someone does press the SOS button in the SOS mode only, it switches back to mode number 2 in the power saving mode, so it continues to track, which is very cool. It's a nice feature. So one thing I do want to test with the SOS button is to actually shut down the app completely. The few times that I've tested this, I've had the app running in the background, so let's go ahead and shut it down completely and see what happens. Alright, there we go. Alright, we're going to double tap the button and we're going to wait a minute or two. Boom, just like that. So this does work without the app running in the background, which is awesome. I'm pretty impressed with this, guys. I don't know how long the battery lasts just yet. I will be putting a chart down below where you guys can see the different intervals and how long the battery lasted in my testing. So definitely check that below. I want to thank Yepsen for sending this out to me. I truly appreciate it. I do like it a lot. I do wish that it worked in more countries without an additional fee, but I totally understand. I also don't like the pricing of every month. I wish it was a flat fee and not based off of megabytes, because you're not quite sure what you're going to use. But other than those little complaints, I like the device a lot. I think this is great for like elderly parents or possibly even your kids, or tracking other assets that you might need to know where the location is. So definitely check out the Yepsen. I will be putting an affiliate link down below onto Amazon where you guys can pick this up. It definitely helps out the channel with no additional cost to you if you guys do purchase one of these. I hope I've earned your subscription. If I have, definitely click that subscribe button right over there. And also that like button definitely lets me know that I've done a good job on this video. If you guys have any questions or comments, leave them in the description below. Make sure you check out the pros and cons list alongside the battery life chart, which is in the description, because this device is only as good as the battery life. It's one of the downsides to all GPS units, unfortunately. So I hope the battery life on this is good, but time will tell. So, alright guys, thanks for watching. See you on the next video.